Alright guys, welcome back. Today we're taking a look at the Marvel Legends Warbird. This might be my fifth time trying to record this. Every time I do, it turns into a rant about Target exclusive and why they should just stop and never do it again. But this time I'm just keeping it simple. I did have to purchase this online on eBay at the scalped price, well, slightly below the scalped price, so not too pleased about that. Nonetheless, still happy to have the figure, and it does look very cool. But I don't intend to let the fact that I had to pay that price affect my opinions of the figure. So, not to worry about that. So, without further ado, let's take a closer look at the packaging. So, the packaging, pretty simple stuff. It's black. You have the Marvel, 85 years of Marvel's Warbird, celebrating that 85 years on top. Really nice artwork of Warbird there. I do wish that they came with a head sculpt with the whited out eyes. That would be cool. They don't, unfortunately. Nonetheless, the artwork is pretty nice. Same artwork on the side, except it's more expanded. Legal information on the bottom there. Nothing much on this side. So yeah, let's open this up and take a look at what we get inside. Taking a look at Warbird there. They did do the face printing really nice. Really looks good. Face sculpt is really nice as well. They actually did a wash in the hair, even though it might not be super visible. There are darker streaks of blonde going through. You can see everything is pretty much very well painted. This line, although I wish it was sculpted, it is painted very clean. The emblem on the chest there, if it's a lightning strike, it does look extremely clean as well, minus this little blotch right there. This sash is a rubber piece. It would have been nice if these were bendy, in terms of like having a bendy wire or something like that, so you could get a little more dynamic shots, but yeah, it is what it is. I am sure a lot of people might replace this with a actual cloth fabric sash, so that might be something I might do as well. So the paint here is very clean as well. Booty looks on point. One thing I noticed is that this, which I initially thought was just sculpted boots, is actually like an overlay. So you can see there's a slight separation on this side of mine. So I might have to look into seeing if I could get that glued back or something. Maybe put some super glue on a needle or something and pass it in between and then just try to hold it together. But and that I actually didn't even notice that under the until it was under the magnification here. And the boots are just basically black. Kind of wish they had the heels, as quite a lot of the shots I've seen and photos and stuff I've seen, she had heels in the comic, but maybe that's based on the artist's interpretation. But overall, I have to say the figure really, really looks cool. They did paint it extremely well. And yeah, no complaints there at all. So let's move on to her articulation. So let's check out her articulation. If you hear the birds going wild in the back there, don't think too much about it. Just imagine we're out in nature. I have a tree right outside the door there, and all the birds come and chill there. So at this time of day, it's quite a lot of chirping going on. But nonetheless, unfortunately, the head cannot look up very well because of the hair sculpt. I kind of wish, since they went through the trouble of sculpting a swoosh back hairstyle, why not just make it all the way swoosh back so you can look up? And then you could have used that head for like flying poses and stuff. But unfortunately, it is not meant to be. But she can look down very well. She does have ever so slight tilt. And of course, left to right. But the same cannot be said for the alternate head sculpt, and I'll show you all that once you get the accessories. The butterfly joint does work very well. Get about that much back and that much forward. Arm does rotate and come up quite a bit. Bicep does rotate. New female body articulation, very nice. Double jointed elbows, extremely nice. The wrists do have the hinge and swivel. Torso is probably what you're going to be relying on quite a lot for flying poses and stuff, because there's no way she's looking back. So you do get, let's see if I can do it individual. You do get that much with the top joint, and that much forward. And then with the crunch at the waist there, you get quite a bit forward and also quite a bit back. So that's really nice. At least there's some sort of means of getting a flying pose. Not ideal, but we'll take it. And the legs do kick forward about that far, back about that far. There's a side cut, double jointed knee. And the ankles do go forward about that far, back about that far. And there's a rocker. And every time I reach the end now, I realize I forgot to show the split. And also the torso does have some slight side-to-side movement. So all in all, the articulation is pretty impressive on her, minus the head, of course, but that's as a result of the sculpt, not so much the articulation itself, because as you can see, it would go back if the hair wasn't in the way. So let's check out the accessories, and then we'll go over the other head sculpt, which does have even less range than this one. Something I wanted to mention, I can't remember if I ever did before, but I don't do that many Marvel Legends here. I just mainly collect the Avengers and some 1/1 characters. But what I notice on this figure is that there are no more gummy joints. It's like they're using like a hard plastic for the joints now, and that is so much more appreciated. Because I could show you, especially on like our friend and familiar face, the Marvel Legends Ant-Man, those joints, really, really horrible. You put it in a pose for any extended period of time, and you'll come back for it a few days later, and it's warped and it's really bad. But I first noticed it on the Giant Man, who is the same mold as the Ant-Man we just looked at, but his joints are actually the hard plastic as well. So that is something, I don't know if I mentioned it before, but I just wanted to bring it to y'all's attention. And so Hasbro would know the effort there to change those gummy joints didn't go unnoticed. Because even on a good figure like Cap, the joints are still very, very gummy. So it is very much appreciated. Alright, so for the accessories, she does come with the alternate head sculpt I mentioned. And this head sculpt is really, really nice too. This is more of a 80s style, I guess, with the thicker mask and more poofy hairdo. It really is nice, but unfortunately, it does not have much range, if any at all. And because it sort of drapes over the shoulder like this, it barely even gets any left or right as well. So she is pretty much limited to looking down, or perhaps if you force it at a down right angle, maybe. So I had to do a lot of fudging in the photos at the end there, but we'll certainly see. And the more I push it back, you can see it's actually forcing the neck to separate. So yeah, it really does look nice, and if it's just set on the shelf like that, then probably look pretty cool. Well, this is definitely a head sculpt you're gonna have to use for pretty much forward poses like that. So, just for, I'm gonna pull back on the other one. She does come with her effect pieces, which you've seen quite a few times on Marvel Legends already. It's just a bendy, flamey piece. So you can wrap it around her arms like this, sort of simulate the powers. I do wish she came with like a punch effect like Iron Fist comes with, like a powered up punch. That would have been pretty cool for this character. Or even some sort of blast. I believe she does shoot blast, right? But yeah, those look really cool. And in package, she does come with 2 fists. However, if you wish to change those, she does come with the 2 splayed out hands, which mine does have quite a lot of flashing going on there. So I have to take my time and snip those off. But she does come with 2 of those. And they do look pretty cool. So you can get her doing a nice forward blasting pose. Something like that. So yeah, that's it for accessories. So let's move on to size comparisons. So for height, she does stand about exactly 6 inches. And so she looks next to the Marvel Legends Wasp classic version. And so she looks next to Marvel Legends Black Widow, which was also a hard to get Target exclusive for me. And so she looks next to the Giant Man, which came with the Wasp. And so she looks next to good old Captain America. And into some other lines, here's how she looks next to the Jada Toys Ryu. Here's how she looks next to Mayfix Batman. Is suddenly not gonna be playing nice to stand now. Here's how she looks next to Premium DNA's Earthworm Jim. And here's how she looks next to Samurai Animals Spring. And here's how she looks next to a McFarlane Batman. And here's what she looks like with all her Avengers teammates. Money shot. So, do I recommend this figure? Yes, definitely do. Do I recommend picking it up at scalper's price? No, I do not. The figure is very nice, can't deny that. However, something feels very off to me when you pay that extravagant price for a figure online, or a Marvel Legend specifically. And then obviously we are accustomed to what we get with Marvel Legends, which is one head sculpt maybe, or two hands or something. It just doesn't feel like it's worth it. But the actual retail price, if you can get the figure for that, is definitely worth it in my opinion. The paint is really well done on this. The face sculpt is really well done. I don't really have much flaws really to speak about, because just the nitpick that the head can't look back, but that's mainly due to the sculpt anyway, so there's not much we could do about that one. But nonetheless, the figure is very, very nice. Really happy to get it, although I'm not too happy about that price. But hey, if the character is that important to you and you need to complete your team, sometimes you just have to bite the bullet and do it, yeah? So, hope the video is informative. Hope you all enjoyed it, and until next time, you all take care. They did do the face extremely nice. I just whistle like a robot.